follow us on Twitter at Lounge with John. Also Facebook, www.facebook.com/blindnationvideos with an S. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back once again. Hopefully everybody is doing good out there this early morning. And I just want to first thank all of you for taking the time by stopping here and listening to this video, watching this video, or listening to this podcast. Either way, thank you guys so much for stopping in. We're going to take a look at the structure of tags on YouTube and getting a better understanding of exactly what it does for our channel and what it does for you and how you can use these tags to get better results, and possibly even going back and editing tags on your videos to make sure that you're not fighting against yourself with your tags. Now, I know that some might be thinking, what is he talking about? That's crazy. What do you mean fighting against? How are we fighting against our channel? Or how am I fighting against myself with my tags? That doesn't make any sense. But it does make sense. As you guys know, I had mentioned that I had been doing some extensive studying and more research to raise the quality of my understanding to YouTube. What can I do to make it better? Going back basically to the drawing board and saying, okay, I need to better understand certain areas of YouTube so that I can improve what I'm doing. And it was funny because I had never thought about it the way that I do now, the way that I understand it now. And I never thought that I would be back at the board changing how I'm using my tags and how I understand what they do. First thing is first. Do you know what happens when you put no tags at all on your video? I just want to give you a minute to think about that. Think about that for a minute. What happens if you put no tags at all on the video that you publish? What does that do? I just want to see how many of you understand this, or that might know, that might not know. Because some of you might already know this. Some of you might be thinking, well, I didn't know this. Well, I didn't. I did not know this. Alright, so when you put tags on your videos, it obviously changes how your channel, not channel, but how that video might be found, right? But when you put no tags and someone finishes watching one of your videos, guess what? they're going to see more videos of yours below instead of, you know how when you watch videos and then, you know, it shows what's upcoming, what's next. Them videos that are put there are also based on the tags that you use on that video. So if you're watching a video of someone else's and they got a bunch of other tags, there's a chance that not just your video is going to show up there. Other people's videos are going to show up there too. And I know that's kind of confusing, but if you go in and do some research on this and do some more reading up on tags to better understand how tags work, it'll make even more sense to you. But that's what happens. Also, sometimes when we do tags, we overthink it. We work a little bit too hard on the tags. The thing that I have learned that you want to do is every tag that you have needs to be directly related to specifically what is in that description of your video and also what you're talking about in the video. Not extra tags that might just direct to your channel, because the chances are, unless you've got a very unique channel name, it's not just going to be based on, you know, that tag being based on your channel. So, for example, let's say that we were doing, you know, a video on, you know, laptop computers, new laptop computers. You would want to have tags that are even a little more advanced about the computers you're talking about. So maybe you're talking about a new laptop that just came out and it's from the brand Kumosabi. If you put it in there, you would want to put some extended tags. I know that name's kind of silly, but I'm just making an example of something totally unique, right? A unique, something brand new came out and whatever. Come up with some advanced tags that are directed specifically on that laptop you're talking about, right? I want you to think about that. And I want you to go back, you know, look at your tags and see if your tags steer off of the direction of being more than just about that video that you published. Because here's where it can hurt you. If you overdo the tag, Google might list you as spam. And when they list it as spam tags, you get a lower rating. Your ratings are not going to be as good as compared to if you do tags that are specifically focused on the description of your video and the things that you're talking about specifically in that video. This is something that I definitely need to start doing, because I personally myself was thinking too hard with the tags, right? So now it's time to go back to the drawing board and say, hey, when you're doing these tags, keep it specific. And keep it even advanced tags, but specifically pointed on what we're talking about. Right? There might be, for example, that laptop that you're talking about might have a new program on there that you don't see on the other computers. So you could do a tag that is based on that program, because you're talking about it. You're talking about that program, and now you've got some tags that are a little bit advanced, pointing to the topic of that laptop and that program. Right? I know it's kind of confusing. I know it might be, it is confusing. It really is. But just practice doing that, and it'll get easier. The other thing is going back. The few things that we're going to talk about, besides tags, is your title, right? And your description. Let's talk about the title for a minute. When you do a title, it doesn't got to be a long title, because sometimes you're going against yourself and you're making it more, difficult than what it really has to be. It just needs to be different from what's out there now. Because if it's not, and you just put the exact same title as all them other titles out there, then it's going to make it harder for your video to show up. And yes, I've got a bonus tip that it's going to really you're going to be really excited about this. Well, you might be a little bit, could even be overwhelmed about this, thinking that you're going to go and try to do this and then get stuck, but you won't. It'll come together. So make sure when you do your titles, don't overdo it. Keep it simple, but not too simple, and not too difficult. Don't overbite it. Don't bite your tongue on it. Make it so it sticks out, but not too far, because then that can hurt you as well. So be careful when you do your title, and don't beat yourself up over the title neither. Okay. Now I've got a lot more information that I'm going to be sharing with you as I go through these different processes of learning new ways to improve the channel and the videos and the results for people, seeing the videos and the channel, right? So you're going to be able to start picking up some really good information on these tutorials. Just like these 3 tips and a bonus tip tutorial that I'm giving you right now. And some of you might say it still doesn't make any sense, but it will. It will. Okay? Number 3, right? Number 1 was tags. Number 2 was your title. Number 3, your description. And I approached this a little bit differently, didn't I? I didn't start like usual. Let's start with the title, description, tags. No, I did it the other way. Right? Okay, so description. Make sure that your description is specifically about what you're talking about. Remember how I said with the tags, how, use some tags that are a little bit advanced on exactly what it is you're talking about? Well, the same thing with the description. If you're talking about this new laptop, you can even put in this description about that new program that laptop has. And the good results for being able to use that program. You could put in, a few words in there about that software. You can put also in a description about, the options for buying this laptop and how it's going to benefit somebody to have this laptop, right? Put that stuff in your description. Put that stuff in your description. Keep it very direct and specifically toward what you're talking about. Because if you make it just a standard description, it can also veer away from your video. And when someone's watching your video, instead of, another one of your videos popping up, someone else's might pop up. But here's the nice thing, and this comes into play with the tags, title, and description. If somebody is watching a video about laptops, but not your video, well, guess what? Because you've got specific tags and a good description and a good title, your videos are going to be one of them videos that pop up underneath what might come up next on a video they're watching. That's not your video. That's how you get found. That's how that's how the results work. That's how the whole algorithm works. So if I'm watching a video on, say, let's just say Dell, for example. I'm watching a video on Dell doing, someone doing a video about Dell. Well, your video could pop up there to be the next video for someone to watch, because you were specific with the tags and description and title in your video about that new laptop that you was talking about. Now we're going to talk about that extra bonus, the big piece of the pie that can really make a big difference in your videos. And I'm going to start doing this as well. Maybe you haven't done this yet, but do you know the one thing that YouTube has a lot of, two things. But we'll base it off of just one for now. And that's how-tos and tutorials. That's why you see a lot of people watching videos on people cooking, how to cook different foods, how to put something together, right? Now, the thing is, now this one might be hard to really bite, and I'm fresh on this one too, but trust me, it does make a difference. The longer your video is, the better that can be when it comes down to tutorials and how-tos. Because, let's say you got a video right now on a tutorial that is 15 minutes long, right? Just 15 minutes. And someone comes in, they start watching that 15-minute video, they get in to about 2 minutes. Right? 2 minutes. And then they stop. Now, them watching it for only 2 minutes, it's going to make an impact on where your video is going to stand. But now, like the video I was watching the other day, which obviously I did not watch the entire video, but I watched a decent amount of it, about, 15, 20 minutes of it, because it was really good, and they kept me in the video. They kept me going with it. But the video was 9 hours long. And you might be thinking, well, oh my gosh, I'm not saying to go out and do a 9-hour video, but the longer you make it, try to make it at least, 45 minutes, 45, 50 minutes, and keep the person watching. Keep giving them stuff to get them to continue to watch that video. So if they watch it for 15 minutes, that is going to make a big difference on where your video is going to start ranking. How your video is going to show up with the whole algorithm and the position of where your video is going to be placed for YouTube, right? So it's very, very interesting how that works, but it does make a difference. And as you guys know, I do videos, and the newest thing is videos I'm going to be doing for, how to create videos on YouTube using the iPhone and all that stuff. But what I've learned is make them, keep them very interesting and keep the viewers focused on watching the video, giving them information that keeps their attention on you and not, well, no, this isn't no good, skip. And that doesn't work out so good. So, for these tips that I've given you on this tutorial understanding tags, titles, and descriptions, I hope that this kind of gets you doing a little more research and going back to the drawing board and seeing what you can do to improve your videos to help you get better results when people are searching for videos on YouTube. The nice thing is, I have got some other really good stuff I'm going to be talking to you about today later on. And you're not going to want to miss it because it's going to help you out a whole lot. A whole lot. Okay? It's important to me that you give me a thumbs up on this if this helps you out in any way. Maybe you got to come back and thumb it up later after you realize, you know what, he was right. I hope that each time I do a video that I'm going to be right and not wrong. I don't want to be wrong. So, hopefully this will help you with creating your next video. And, you know, you might want to go back and look at some of your videos and change some stuff. Because even a video you've done 6 months ago, if you go back and update maybe the tags or description, that video could be, big again. You never know. So, guys, like, share, subscribe. Leave your comments below. If you got any questions, I'd be glad to help you. And be looking for more tutorials coming your way from the lounge. I'll talk to you soon.